The most ridiculous hypocrite was Ana Navarro at CNN, who tweeted this: Trump is in very bad company. Nazis referred to Jews as rats. Slave owners viewed slaves as subhuman animals. But a year and a half ago, she had this to say: should Donald Trump drop out of the race? Yes, he should drop out of the human race. He is an animal. Apologies to animals. Joining me now is author and columnist Ann Coulter. Ann, take it away.
Ana Navarro wasn't the only one. Another very attractive never-Trumper, Jennifer Rubin, has called anyone who opposes amnesty for illegals beasts. Ooh. Inhuman beasts were you raised by wolves. It's part of a larger phenomenon. I'd love to see the left defending MS-13. They are beyond animals. Animals wouldn't do things like this.
Yeah, look at some of the things that these people do. They rip your heart out while you're alive, behead you, sex trafficking, sexual torture, cutting off limbs with machetes. Now the left is now defending these people. The same week they defended Hamas. The week before, they defended Little Rocket Man. Well, it's everything to make Trump look bad.
Well, there's that, and generally their love for animals, but not the nice kind of animals. But right. In particular here, when it comes to immigration, their position is anyone who is not an American is better than an American. They just want them coming nonstop, open it up. That's why we have to, presume that they're all valedictorians and, they're adding so much. They hate regular Americans. They hate flyover people. That is the overall point, which is why you can catch them in these preposterous hypocrisies.
Yeah, they don't like flyover Americans because they don't vote for Democrats. They want new voters.
Well, that's a big part
of it.
But it's also a cultural thing. They hate this country and want to replace us. Which it's good to see them revealing it. And by the way, another one, I really hate Facebook, but my tweets go there automatically. And the fascists at Facebook alerted me, told me I had to take a post down that had been a tweet. It was a retweet that referred to illegal aliens as parasites. And I said, sure, because the truth is I don't really care about Facebook, and it was a retweet. But could you tell me what the problem is? Are you not allowed to use the word parasite anytime? And they, emailed back saying, well, you're calling immigrants parasites. I said, no, it's specifically describing lawbreakers and illegal immigrants. So it really is just this anyone who isn't an American. Oh, and by the way, I don't know how to take it down because I hate Facebook and it's not user-friendly. They took it down for me. That is outside of Facebook policy to call a lawbreaker in this country sucking off the benefits that are meant for Americans. On health care alone, this country spends $18 billion every year on health care for illegal aliens. How much of a wall could we get for $18 billion?
Listen, you can't even make an analogy with these people. Obviously, Trump doesn't believe that MS-13 gang members have tails and fur and hooves.
No, they're cute.
It's an analogy, people, and that's how people talk about disgusting, inhuman behavior when you slash people's faces up with a machete. I want to talk about some of these Democrats that want to impeach President Trump. Now, you guys got to see this. And I don't know if you've seen this yet. The high crimes and misdemeanors. They have a list in the impeachment resolution. This is Al Green, Representative Al Green, Democrat. These are some of the things they want to impeach President Trump for. Are you guys ready? The travel ban. Retweeting anti-Muslim videos. NFL player protests. They don't like how he came out against the kneeling. I guess he criticized Frederica Wilson, the congresswoman with the fun hat. And he said something, Puerto Ricans want everything done for them. A high crime and misdemeanor, a retweet. And a retweet.
Well, as luck would have it, the first of my smash New York Times bestsellers was titled High Crimes and Misdemeanors, and it's about the history of impeachment. So you have come to the source.
Great plug.
Obviously, none of this stuff is even close. But one thing that I'd like to correct that you hear all over TV, is that there is no definition of high crimes and misdemeanors. It's whatever a majority of the House says it is. I mean, that's true in the sense that the Constitution has no meaning, and as long as you can get 5 justices to vote for something, as we have seen liberal justices do, like for abortion and gay marriage. But that doesn't mean the Constitution doesn't have a meaning. There is a meaning. High crimes and misdemeanors goes back hundreds of years. We get it from the British. It's something less than an indictment, but it is definitely something more than we think Trump is a poopy head.
Right. I mean, they have, yeah, I mean, if I think Nancy Pelosi herself said that if being a jerk was a impeachable offense, Trump would have been out a long time ago. They have the travel ban as a reason to impeach the president. Didn't the Supreme Court partially uphold most of the travel ban?
Yes, and I believe the full decision is going to come out in the next few weeks. It was a temporary ruling that we've already gotten after, as I just indicated, some of the crazy decisions we have gotten up to, or at least 5 justices to vote for. Any lawyer would be crazy to predict what the Supreme Court is going to do. But wow, I can't believe the Supreme Court is not going to uphold the travel ban.
I mean, it's
both
a slam dunk.
The president's constitutional authority. It is his statutory authority.
Everybody knows it. So now,
so yeah, Trump is impeachable for doing something that the Supreme Court is about to say is constitutional.
Right. The constitutional scholars at the House Democrat caucus. Just lastly, you know, impeaching the president, siding with MS-13. Is that what the Democrats are running on in the midterm elections? Really?
Well, I hope so, because at the moment the Republicans don't have much to run on. I mean, they've really got to get pedal to the metal and do something big on immigration, by which I do not mean Representative Jeff Denham's amnesty bill. Right. How many times do we have to go through this, Jesse?
Right. No, the wall has to be built, it has to be big, and it has to be beautiful. And who's going to pay for it, Ann?
Mexico, though we don't really care, just build the wall.
There it is. Ann, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And joining me now live from New York, conservative columnist and author, the one and only Ann Coulter. How are you, Ann?
Deeply depressed, and you?
I am certainly concerned, but let's talk about why you're depressed.
Well, listening to your opening statement, I was thinking to myself, oh, I wish I could believe that. I wish I could believe there's still hope. I can't see any way to sugarcoat what a disaster this is. I mean, there are 24 Republicans in the Senate who voted against the omnibus spending bill, and about half of them did it for the right reason, like Senators Tom Cotton and David Perdue and Ron Johnson and a few others. So, you know, maybe we can run them for president. But there was only one guy who said at every speech, at every rally for 2 years, that he would build the wall. And he has now signed a bill to prohibit the building the wall. You know, you say that he did it, and he claims he did it, although I note the Wall Street Journal said he did it because he wanted to go to Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, that's baloney.
That's your corporate newspaper.
No, it's not my corporate anything. This guy is the hardest working guy who's ever been in that White House. He doesn't sleep, and he works day and night. But, you know,
it didn't pay off here.
You know why? Because the Republicans didn't care enough.
No, but we knew that. We knew that from Trump's campaign. We knew they were swine. We thought he was perhaps not the world's greatest negotiator, but a negotiator. And we got nothing, nothing, nothing. Chuck Schumer's flack is tweeting out, we're getting tired of winning. And this business about how he did it to protect, you know, national defense and how important it is. There is no more crucial attack on our national defense than the fact that we don't have a wall. More people are dying, as you were saying in your opening statement, more people are dying every year from heroin and fentanyl overdoses than died each year than died in the entire course of the Vietnam War. And that is 100% because we do not have a wall at our border. I mean, if I thought there were any hope, there are things Trump can do. Somebody's got to, you know, brush up on the Constitution. He's the commander-in-chief. It's his job to protect our borders.
What can he do? How can he do it? Now, given what he's got, how can he do that? And by the way, you can't make light of North Korea with the wackadoo over there, Rocket Man. You know, you can't. No, and Iran, who's committed to destroying
North Korea,
us.
Look, for Trump to be saying, and if China won't deal with North Korea, we will. It's on the order of the premier of China saying, and if America won't deal with Mexico, we will. North Korea is China's problem. Mexico's our problem.
Except North Korea is threatening to kill us, not China.
They're not going to do that. That's crazy.
Were you with the basketball player with Dennis Rodman? You in on some private talks?
No, but I've seen the missiles. They go like that.
What can the president do? What can the president do as commander-in-chief?
On the day after his inauguration, it's his authority under the Constitution that cannot be taken away from him by any legislature, by any court. I'm quite confident the Supreme Court would uphold this, to defend our borders. I mean, he has the last war that had a declaration of war from Congress in it was World War II. And we engage in a lot of military actions around the world. I think it can be done right on our border as part of the defense. Have the Seabees do it.
Okay, so where does he get the money? Where does he get the money to build the wall that you say he can build as national defense? Where does he take the money from?
The same place Reagan took the money to invade Grenada, the same place he took the money to bomb Syria. He has money to spend on national defense, and this is a much bigger problem of national defense. This is our people being attacked with chemical warfare, not allegedly, Syrians.
And what about DACA, real fast? I know immigration's a big issue for you. I mean, even the Democrats didn't want DACA, and he was willing to give it away. What's that about?
I don't think he should have been willing. I mean, I think the opening gambit should be, we'll talk about DACA when we have a wall, but I'll leave that aside since now we have no funding for a wall and no funding for sanctuary cities, and he's only supposed to paint fences down by the San Diego border. I mean, it's unbelievable. They wouldn't even give him money for new Border Patrol agents. They wouldn't give him money for detention facilities, but all of this can be done under his powers as commander-in-chief if he cared and if he wanted to do it. Unfortunately, I think the fact that he signed this omnibus bill is the last straw, and this just says he never wanted to do it.
Disagree, but Ann Coulter, it's always
right.
good getting your perspective. All right.